people.
Sorry. I was walking the dog and my neighbor got to talking to me and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. So I would encourage you just to keep, like they said too, like celebrate going for no's. I know it's an exercise they do at Gold School where they have you guys message people and you celebrate. I gotta know, I gotta know, I gotta know. So like, and like Beth has said too in our voice messaging, it is a numbers game. So the more you ask, the more, and it was really, which I feel like Plexus and our team and the whole shift is going more towards asking for the business. So I think we're doing a really good job of getting better at that. I mean, myself included, I absolutely can get better too. But that was one of the things that we talked about a lot, was just asking, just continuously asking about the business and lead with the business. And then, okay, then maybe these products might help you. Kind of going that way. And one of the quotes that I heard from Joanna Miller, she was one of our diamond trainers, was, and it's kind of stuck with me. The quote was, "You cannot send the wrong message to the right person." And it like really spoke to me because I was like, you know what, you're right. Like it'll hit somebody. You just got to keep trying. So to try to go for no, keep going for those no's was what really. But if you can go to any in-person events, I know we have some Gold Schools. There's one coming up, I think. Is it before convention? Was it after? I don't have.
I was looking for it, but I don't know where to find it. And Melanie sent it to me at one point, but I don't know where it is.
There's one in Michigan.
Yeah, it's in Grand Rapids.
Yeah, it's still at the end of this month, I think.
Okay.
And then there's one August 3rd, I think, in Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah, it was just, and I mean, it was a whirlwind of, and it poured and poured and poured rain, and it never rains in Arizona all day when we were in training. So I was like, perfect. We're not missing out on anything. We're inside all day learning and it's pouring outside. So it was perfect. But what I was going to have, Mel, I don't know if you have it queued up or not, that, so I was going to we're just to rewatch the Andrea Mitchell, Q&A. Also, when we were there, this is a funny story. I don't know if you guys picked up, but Brenda Martin was at the Rubies on the Rise.
You want the one where she went live, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Brenda Martin, and I ended up, because I didn't know anybody, and then I sat down, and of course I sat beside her, and I was like, "Hi, I'm Tiffany." Like I was just introducing myself, and I'm like, "Are you one of our trainers?" And she's like, "No, I'm here on my reentry." And I was like, "Oh my God, like this is so cool." And I was like, "So you're not training?" She's like, "Nope, I'm here to learn just like you are." And I was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." But I told her, I was like, "Okay, because you posted, I watched your video in the Diamond Star Rising." I'm like, I posted a reel now. So we were just talking about different things like that. And she was really, really cool to talk to. It was just kind of fun. And then I fangirl over Rebecca Folks. She is my fangirl. And I was like, "Hi," like I was like all into her. I was like, "I'm sorry, but I think you are amazing." Like, and she was just like the sweetest person ever. So, but Andrea Mitchell, I wanted to watch the Q&A that she did, that live video. It's about 10 minutes. But she has some really good stuff in there, just basically about showing up and being present. And I feel like sometimes when they go live, those are the things sometimes we miss when we get busy with that group. I know we all do really good about watching the videos, but I thought the live, she had some good information. So.
I always love to watch it do live video is starting. Okay, we're officially live. Hi, everybody. Andrea Mitchell here. I'm coming to you from Dallas. I'm so excited. I have loved reading through your comments today. So if you have been commenting today in the Star Diamond thread about social media and building your network, I've read every single one. I've responded to some of you. I've really enjoyed seeing people get out of their comfort zone, try something new. A lot of you have things in the chat or in your calendar that you're like, okay, I'm going to do this, and you're talking about it in the chat, and I love that. So I'm really, really excited to see all of your social media start to blow up. So what's really exciting for us is when we issue a challenge and then we start to see it pop up on social. I remember that very first day when Jessica Heffley challenged everyone to do a picture of themselves with the income graphic. And she said, hello, Miss Alita, to do it every couple of days. I've seen so many of y'all stick to that. And, you know, we follow a lot of y'all. We get to see a lot of y'all, a lot more on probably Instagram than Facebook. Fun fact, Facebook actually taps out the number of friends you're allowed to have at 5,000. And did you know that Instagram taps out the number of people you're allowed to follow at 7,500? So crazy, I know, but I've had to unfollow people on Instagram so that I can actually follow new people, and same thing on Facebook. I've had to unfriend people. The fun thing on Facebook is that you can follow anyone. So I really encourage you, if there are diamonds or the Star Diamond thing that you are enjoying following or getting to know, or you saw their diamond documentary and you're like, oh, this is my person, you can follow anyone. And even if they don't accept your friend request back, that only means that they are probably at the max of what they're allowed to take in via Facebook. And so you can continue to follow them. Most of them are public. You can comment on them. I know all of my social media channels are public. And I just want to, like, little side note here. If you are not public on one of your social media channels, you can keep one private if you really want to. But I would really encourage you on either Facebook or Instagram, go completely public so that people can find you. They can search for things that you're posting about. People can reshare your content. If you are private, then you are only showing a very small group of people your stuff. And if you are public, then more people have access to see what you're doing. And so I've heard people doing separate multiple accounts. I would encourage that. I would just say, if you want to go private on Facebook where just your friends and family can see you, which is usually what Facebook is anyways, I would encourage that. But then Instagram, I would go all in. And maybe that means you don't share pictures of your kids on Instagram. And maybe that means that you are a little more cautious on your personal life on Instagram, but that you are bold on there about the things that you care about and outside of that. So I just want to give you that little idea. Okay, I'm going to give some shout outs real fast to people. If you missed it, I have read every single comment on the thread today, and I am going to continue to do that. I want to feed back to y'all. I saw some of y'all were struggling with captions. All you have to do is, how do I do captions on Instagram? You Google that, and first thing that pops up is the thing I shared with you. So you can search for most of the questions that you have, concerns that you have, trending audio, all of that stuff. I want to challenge you to radically own your business and to go find the answers. I bet you can find most questions that you have. I bet you can find the answers on Google with a really quick search. Okay, shout out Joanna Hendershot, Vicky Radabaugh, Suzanne Sutton. I'm trying to make sure I wrote these down correctly. Amber Kidd, Katie LeBlanc, Brianna Johnson. I loved interacting with y'all. I love seeing some of y'all get outside of your comfort zone. I loved watching some of y'all on your socials or do your 5 facts about me posts. And those are really exciting. So what I love about all of this is that all of you decided to go for it. You didn't hesitate. You went and you did the bold thing. And so if anybody is listening to this and you're going, I'm overthinking it, my hair's not done, I just want y'all to know, if you follow me or a good portion of us, I'm just going to shout out Jordan Roddenberry. If you follow some of us, you will see our hair is usually not done. Our makeup isn't on. We don't have jewelry on. My team that's looking at this live right now is going, who the heck is that? Because this is not how I show up on my team most of the time. So I want to challenge you to show up as you are. Okay. I also want to challenge you to tag your sponsor and the friends that you do Plexus with, and to get excited about cheering each other on. Nobody wants to do this alone. So even if it's a sideline buddy, if it's a partner, if it's someone that you always love seeing on team pages, tag somebody so that y'all can do this together. Okay, I'm going to do a real quick 3 ways to be better known. Show up as yourself on social media without filters or without practicing a lot. Just go for it. Don't perform. Share. Share multiple things that you're interested in, see what gets the most attention and go for that. So it may be this random thing that you talk about all of a sudden is the thing. Someone today, I can't remember who it was, maybe it was Joanna, said she was posting it while she was mixing up her pink drink, but she was talking about her dog, and that's the thing that people were responding to. So maybe she needs to talk about that more often, but while she's also sharing Plexus. Okay, and then tag people and businesses who have helped you along the way so that you're getting known by more people. Okay, here's a little fact. People aged 25 to 34 make up 23% of network marketing, and they are on social media. So if you're going after a group of people, they are on social media between ages 25 to 34. So I just want to challenge you. They're out there. Okay, to be better liked, be yourself. This mindset, this might also mean that you're unliked by some, but to focus on who your network is. So don't worry about all the people that don't like what you're talking about. Megan Ashman does a great job of this. That girl's bold in the things that she's convicted by. And if they are not in the same camp as her, then she's like, that's fine. Go find someone that you relate to, but these are my people. And she's going to talk to her people. And I love that. And get into conversations when someone engages with your content. Engage back. Go into conversation. Be silly, make mistakes, be messy, if that's authentic, which it is for me, and show up while you learn. Another little fact, 7 out of 10 online shoppers between age 27 to 42, so not quite my age bracket, it's a little young for me, but make purchases through social media. In my head, I'm 27, so that makes perfect sense that almost all of my purchases, these earrings, this necklet, this thing, I mean, the tank top I have on, the jeans I have on, the shoes I have on are all because of social media. Almost every single thing I am wearing, this is from my assistant, Jen, but everything else I'm wearing is because of social media. I just want to challenge you. There are people shopping online right now. Okay, and then the last one is building trust. Give away your genius. Like everything that you have learned in life about something, give it away for free. Like let them know. So they're not having to pay for something. You're just letting them know something right then and there. Use third-party validation. Don't be an expert, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Learn out loud and show where you're getting that great information. Be consistently good. Show up well and daily. They trust what they see consistently. Okay, so health and wellness is a $4.4 trillion industry. Are you researching that and sharing about the health and wellness industry, about network marketing, about our company? Like, are you giving them amazing statistics and facts? I love looking that stuff up. If you are someone that loves to research the products, I really want to challenge you to also research the industry and research not only the network marketing industry, but the health and wellness industry. Because the more facts that you can give your audience, the more they're like, oh, she's not just making this stuff up. This is real. Okay, post celebration graphics for anyone. Show your audience that people are winning at doing this. Okay, I'm going to announce the prizes tomorrow. I want to hear in the chat, in all of the comments, what you're learning, what you're loving, where you're challenging yourself, where you're stretching yourself. There are people out there right now looking for something that makes them feel better, something that makes them function better as a mom, pay attention better as a student, show up better as a wife and as a caregiver and as a pastor and as a teacher in the community. Like, you have access to not only the products, but a business model that can change the lives of people, the ripple effect. Throw your stones in the water today and see what ripples show up. But you have to throw a lot so the ripples reach out really wide. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Okay, I thought that was so good. She had so many things. One of the big things that showed up for me was to not perform, just to share. I always feel like I need to be done up. I need to have this on or that on or this lighting and I am done doing that. That's one of the things that we talked about too when I was at Ruby's on the Rise, and I've heard it so many times through here. It's just to show up and do it. Even though I feel like I look crazy and I have teenage boys who are like, oh my God, but I'm over it. I'm like, sorry, mama needs to make some money and this is what we're doing. So what kind of takeaways did you guys have from that? Feel free to unmute.
I think when we are just ourselves, like people watching us are like, oh, you don't have to be all put together to do that. Like, you know, because some people are like, oh man, she always has her hair done and her makeup on. Like, when we're not like that and we're more just ourselves and real, like, I feel like that attracts more people. Because they
Right.
don't feel like they have to perform, like you said.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is duplicatable. So then anybody can do it. Right.
For me, one of the things that I noticed initially when I started Plexus was that all the people on that cruise were young families, young men and women. And that just goes to show, and she said it there, that these young people, they grew up on social media, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, all that kind of stuff. And that's what they learned to use, and they're using it for their benefit. So, you know, for me, I've used Facebook and was successful creating a band on Facebook, but Instagram and all these other social platforms, I don't really know what to do. But I think it's important that I try to learn that, because I think that's really why they're being so successful, is social media platforms that maybe we're not really tapping into all the potentials. You know, I think we're talking about we're learning to do this or post a story and all these extra things, but I think those are all good. But I mean, just goes to show that, like she said, that age group is really successful. And I think it has a lot to do with just their knowledge of social media.
Right. Like we turn on the news, a lot of us watch news, or they go to TikTok for their news. Like they go to Instagram for their news. They don't go to the actual news source. It's
Yeah,
just
my daughter buys stuff on TikTok all the time. She'll send me stuff, and then I sent her a thing today that said, she wanted some fake ferns on front, because she has people that do everything for her. My young daughter, she pays for everything to get done. So she didn't want to put real ferns out front again this year because she has to water them. I mean, for heaven's sake, I mean, you got to water your plants. But anyway, I had seen these fake ferns, and so I forwarded them to her today, and she's buying them, you know, just from something I had seen on social media. She's buying these fake ferns. And guess what? If they're great, I'm probably going to buy some too. You know, but
She's
that's
my
the
soul
plan.
sister. She's my soul sister.
But you know,
I did the
I
same
mean,
thing. I'm about ready
yeah.
to bring out my fake hanging planters from my shed back out there. I got them last year. Nobody knows. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's
Got
perfect.
them online. Yep, I sure did.
That's so funny.
Hmm.
One of the other things I took away too is to build trust and to give something away. I feel like, you know, your knowledge of whatever, I think that's a big deal too. Like I had posted a reel yesterday about my food prep, how I go wash all my veggies and fruits. A girl at work who I have like tried to engage with, but she's really closed off, but I feel like she'd be really good. Never has liked or done anything on my post today, this morning. She goes, okay, so tell me about what you do when you go to the grocery store every week. Tell me about your refrigerator. Tell me. And I was like, oh my God, what? Like, so she obviously watched it, but I have tried to engage with her and she's just been really, so I'm like, okay, I'm glad I went out. Even if I gained one person from that silly reel, it's one person. So I'm just like, I'm just going to keep trying. Yes. What else did you guys take away? Or has anybody tried more reels or tried to be in more stories or lately that you want to share?
Everybody, I've seen a lot of people doing it,
Me
you know, since we've
too.
been doing the
I
Star
have
Diamonds.
too.
I'm like, oh, I see a lot of it. It's so awesome. And I love that you don't have to be perfect. Like, yeah, it doesn't have to have all the transitions and this and that. Like, who cares?
Right. I think it's easy to do it in your stories. I really do, because I mean, if you need a do-over, you can have a do-over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's live, but not live. Like you record yourself, but then if you like that 1 minute clip, you save it like in 1 minute segments. Like if I'm not happy with a segment, like I don't post it, I redo it again, and then I just save my clips until I'm happy with it. But yeah, but it's a really non-threatening way, I think, to show yourself.
Yeah, I need to do better at that. I mean, I jumped on and went live, and I didn't even know what I was doing, and I'm talking, and I'm all in this get up, and just trying to bring stupid attention to myself. But hey, I got customers and I got people messaging me.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I mean,
and
that part's good.
the other part of that is too, is that remember that stays up for 24 hours.
Oh, I know. Every time I log
Your
into Facebook,
stories.
there it is on my story, and I see myself like in this weird, like, like frozen, like in that get up. So it's like, oh, so I would
People
much
know you
rather.
and know that you're fun and you like to, like when you were in the band, y'all dress up or you'd bring people up and give them costumes. Like they just know to expect that kind of stuff from you.
Well, it's definitely out of my comfort zone, and I mean, I would prefer to record it and do like Beth said and figure out how to do that and just put myself out my best self. But, I mean, I showed Melanie, I had like stuff taped up on the wall, reminders of everything in front of me. So if you look at my video, I'm looking up like during the read this, okay, next picture is this and this product, because I need it. I can't just ad lib it like that, and yeah, I don't know.
And that's what Amy said. It is their language. This is where we're going. So we need to adapt to what's happening. Like if we want to grow, that's what we need to do. That is absolutely true. That was one of the things that was cut short on Ruby's on the Rise was the social media. So I was like, I'd like to talk about that more. But
Well, there's a thing here, an app that my daughter sent me that has all these different classes that you can sign up for. And I don't know if there's anything like that in Des Moines, but I mean, it's whether it's like putting floral stuff together. They've got classes on Instagram, classes on whatever you want to do. They've got all these little classes and they're, $35 or whatever. So I'm going to go through that. And I definitely want to take the social media pieces. And then, if I learn anything, I'd be more than happy to bring it back to the group or see if you guys have something like that out there too. I don't know, but I thought that's pretty cool.
we do have a TikTok famous person in our group too, that hopefully she's working on her professional development for us soon. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but Amy Drake is pretty TikTok famous.
I do have to tell you that I am. This is really on a side note. This is so funny because when I went to Demco in December, while I was there, I was approached up to have a webinar. So later this fall, I will be hosting a webinar on TikTok, social media, and how to use that. So it's
you
funny.
can practice on us first.
Practice, yeah. Practice on
We're
us.
happy to practice.
Yeah.
We could be the live webinar before you do the other one.
It could even be a series, like, one Monday night is this and that.
Yes. You can give
Still,
us
I mean,
little
you
pocket,
showed up
little
in your
pockets.
stories.
Yes.
You showed up in your stories yesterday, and how many carts did you send out from that? Like,
Well, I got one order and then I've sent 2 more carts.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
we were just talking about the triplex and the reset, like just being yourself, I think.
Yeah, I just talked the way that I would talk on a TikTok. So that's a lot of talks. And people like you were talking, they just like people just to be themselves. People appreciate when you are just talking. People really that is what's really popular right now on TikTok is just the talking, the story, a little story time. Those are the things that really people like. They like those things.
And were those 3 people strangers?
Yeah, I don't know any of them. They're TikTok followers and they came over to Instagram.
That's awesome. Awesome. All right. Anything else for the good of the cause? I heard the snide remarks in real life and Genevieve talked to us. She's a hoot, by the way. She is amazing.
I love her so much.
And it was like, what was really special too is I thought we were going to go to this big group because I've seen big groups before, like when I've seen like online, but there was only 30 of us. So it was so nice. It was a very small group of people. Like to me, that seems very small for Plexus wise. So it was super cool, very small. And while like one of the girls that was there, her name is Audrey Anderson. I swear I thought she was like 21. She was 30. She just turned emerald like the week before we came. I was like,
wow.
oh my gosh.
Isn't she, I feel like she's part of the Demi Shaw line.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know who.
I'm pretty sure she's Kinley Seaburns.
That sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very quiet, and I don't know, she was talking about how she was trying to manage everything, and she's like, I just can't manage them all. I have 25 business builders. I'm like, oh, what a bad thing to have. Like, oh, I feel sorry for you that you have 25 business builders. I was like, the girls that I looked at each other at the table were like, did she say 25? Like, we were like, she's like, and I run all the reports and I do this and I do that. And I'm like,
Oh,
holy
wow.
cow. Like my mind can't even process that. I was like, wow. And I was like, finally, we were all like, for sure. And then she's like, no, I'm 30. And I'm like, okay. She looks like she's 21.
It's that
Mhm.
skincare and that gut
Yes.
health.
But
One of
yeah.
the things I like that she said too quick is just posting celebrations for everyone. You know, like I'm looking at everybody on here and we're on different everybody's on different legs, and but I still think, Amy celebrating, Jamie, or vice versa. Like I think it just shows that our team as a whole, it's fun and that we enjoy celebrating each other, and some people are just attracted to those things. Like, oh my gosh, that's look like a really fun group of people to be with. So
Mhm. And I
Okay.
always get that when I come back from trips or whatever. They're like, oh, they look like you guys have so much fun together. I get that a lot. I mean, like, yeah, we do. It's not like we sit around and drink our pink drink all day long and stare at each other. Like, we like do stuff. I think that's what people think. So it's like, yeah, no, like we might have a cocktail too, or a beer, or whatever, and have fun and like what
do water
it's like,
aerobics and
That's what I was thinking.
yeah, it's like you never know.
I didn't know what I got myself into. I was like, well, it's too late now. I'm just gonna do things. I'm in the water. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Face hurt to laughing. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to make a reel about that, about what we actually do. Put all our different pictures over the years together.
We could do one of those, I'm a Plexus ambassador. Of course I blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, have
Yeah.
you seen those? Like
That says I'm a
You
Plexus
haven't?
ambassador.
It's like a kind of like a trend. It's like I'm a mom. Of course I pick up a million blah blah. I'm a teacher. Of course I do.
Oh
20
yeah.
times a day. I'm a teacher. Of course you guys
I've
haven't
seen
seen
that guy
those?
on TikTok. He's like, I'm 40. So yeah, every time I bend over and stand up, it hurts, and I'm 40. It's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like this trend going around.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That
We'll
would be
have to
something
look
fun to do. I'm a Plexus
Yeah.
ambassador, so I
of course
do water aerobics.
You know, some of those people where they're the same person, but they're talking to themselves, like having a conversation, like, "Hey, I lost weight on this, blah blah blah." Really? How did you do that? Oh my god! And then they show.
That's gonna be your next one, Tammy.
There you go.
I'll
You'll
dress
have to
in.
have a
I'll dress
different
in a
outfit
costume.
as each
Yeah.
person.
Ones where the mom does the son or the teenager. you know.
Yes, those are
Back
funny.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
Funny. All right. Prayer requests. I won't keep everybody. I know this teacher is tired after going back to work today. I mean, Lord help me, I worked 8 hours, but it's been a few days since I have.
I have a prayer request. So Megan, her senior year, she's graduating. She's going to go to the community college here, just like her brother did, and live at home and work because it's just a few miles from here. So it's nice that they could live home and get her associate's degree. Well, we went and toured the school last year. Oh my gosh, last week. She wants to get into their music program. Well, come to find out, they have vocal scholarships. She's going to have an audition on the 3rd. She has to sing 2 songs, one fast, one slow, anything of her choice. And if she gets the scholarship, it's full tuition and fees for the whole 2 years. So, I mean, I feel confident that she'll get it, but just help. I think just pray for her to choose the right songs, that she's not nervous or scared, you know, like she feels calm, like give her the confidence. And because I know her talent can, you know, get her there. I think it's just a matter of she's got to choose the right songs. She's got to be practicing. She's got to, you know, walk in there feeling good about it. I know it's going to be nerve wracking, you know, but just give her that peace. And
Yeah,
So-
yeah, of course. That's an awesome opportunity. Any other prayer with us?
So I have a praise and a couple of prayer requests. So this weekend we found out that we're going to be grandparents to a baby boy. So that's exciting. And everything seems to be praised that everything is going well with her pregnancy, and it's Maddox's big brother. Big long story, but just so everybody knows who's actually gonna have a baby. And so everything's going well, but just prayers that continues to go that way, healthy pregnancy. And then Denali has a state interview for 4-H on Saturday. She's never done anything at this level with 4-H, so just for her to have calmness and not giggle through the whole thing. And
What's your daughter's name again, honey?
Denali.
Okay.
And just for her to have the confidence as she walks in there. So
Yeah.
Oh, and one last thing. Andrea is having a Sip and See Wednesday. So just for people, if it's in their heart to learn more, that they will come and talk to us and learn more.
Prayers that Melanie and I are just led to lead our teams. There's a lot of strategy involved in the goals that we have for our teams. And there's a lot to it. And so just pray that we're not missing things and that we're, leading in the right direction.
Okay. Let's bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you once again for the connections, the ability for all of these amazing people who are able to be on tonight with us. And thank you really just for Plexus for connecting and making all these connections, for the leadership that Plexus has. I am so thankful and blessed that I was able to witness firsthand how they pour into us, and they really, really only want the best for all of us. Prayers for Megan, prayers of confidence, and that she is able to choose the right songs, that she's able to walk into the audition room and give everything that she has. We know that she has those abilities, and she is going to shine bright and do amazing. Prayers for Jillian for being new grandparents of a baby boy, that they have a healthy pregnancy and that everything goes as expected. Praise for Denali that she is confident in her state interviews for 4-H, that she grows and learns and does an amazing job with that. Prayers for Andrea and everyone helping her with her Sip and See, that you put connections on her heart, and that she finds those people who need what she has, and that she comes away with more connections. And finally, prayers for Beth and Mel as they lead our teams. They work on the strategies, the goals, and they're moving us in the right direction. We have every bit of confidence in their ability to lead us. They are amazing, strong women And we are blessed that they are part of our leadership of our teams. And we know that you will put on their hearts exactly what to say and do to lead us into that right direction, and to make all those connections and those hit all those goals and things that they are working so hard to achieve. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Yeah, you're making me cry. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have no idea, like, just the support. Like, we feel it. We really do. And we're confident in all of y'all too. And we're just thankful that we have such a great team that we all just mesh and get along so well and have so much fun together. So such a blessing.
Look how many people we have on. We have 18 people. This is awesome.
I know. So exciting. So exciting. We all have a great rest of your Monday. We love y'all so much.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye.